Good afternoon. This is Dan. We have a very special guest, Jolie Moskal, with us this afternoon, and we're going to be talking about couples counseling and marriage therapy, specifically Christian couples counseling and marriage therapy. What's the difference between Christian couples counseling and marriage therapy versus non-Christian?
One of the things I think I find with the couples who come in who have a Christian perspective is that they a lot of times are very committed to the relationship and they're willing to do whatever it takes to make it work. A lot of times they have a real strong sense that this is an important commitment and they're willing to do that work.
So then it's more about the religion being in their lives versus having a Christian therapy approach.
With counseling, a lot of times what I do is I look for the patterns. There's a pattern that almost always evolves in a troubled relationship where one person is the pursuer. A lot of times this is the woman. She wants a better relationship. She wants to be closer. A lot of times the man will even perceive this as nagging. He doesn't know quite how to meet her expectations, so he withdraws, whether behind a TV screen or sports or whatever, but he withdraws, and that makes her more anxious. She pursues more, he withdraws. Then they end up just being very, very angry and having a lot of confrontation and never really get to any of the real problems underlying the pattern that developed.
It sounds like a pretty vicious cycle.
It is, and it gets to be very difficult to get out of unless you have somebody to really slow the relationship down and start to look at what's behind some of the patterns that have evolved.
So then you come in not so much as a referee, but more of just a non-interested, hey, let's try and resolve these real underlying problems?
Yeah, I wouldn't say non-interested, but
Well,
there
objective.
there is that part of helping the people to come back out from behind the barricade and to be able to, in a safe environment, be able to work through some of the problems.
And of course, trouble in a marriage or a relationship can cause havoc in your day-to-day life.
Sure, it affects everything, yes.
So what are some of the symptoms here, Jolie, that people would say, okay, this is time to come and seek some help from a professional, have somebody come in and give us some real helpful, useful advice on what we should do?
I think, again, as I started, two people have to be really committed to working through their relationship, and also where there's a lot of conflict and they never seem to be able to talk things through. Almost always people come in and say our big problem is we can't communicate with each other. And there are solutions and ways of getting, reworking the pattern that has developed. People always have just one conflict. It's just that the subject matter changes. So to try to resolve that conflict so they can actually be able to discuss and solve problems and be able to work things through.
I think it'd be important for you to mention that you're not there to say one person's right or wrong, because that doesn't resolve.
Right. We look at the pattern, and rather than blaming one person or the other, look at the pattern that's developed.
Because to have a relationship, you have to be able to move forward
Right.
together. And so, Jolie, why don't you tell folks how they can contact you and get some more information?
My office is 160 Medical Circle, which is across from Lexington Medical Center, and my phone number to call for an appointment is 803-750-7900.
And Jolie's website is joliemoskal.com. You can visit it and sign up for a free newsletter. You can also leave a comment below. Please like this video and share it with your friends and family, and we'll look forward to talking to you soon.